Hi, my name is Sylvie. I'm a certified health coach and fitness trainer, and today's video is everything about keto vs intermittent fasting for weight loss. We're going to compare both approaches, talk about how they work because they actually work the same way. We'll talk a bit about that. Then we'll talk about the pros and cons of both the keto diet and intermittent fasting for weight loss. And lastly, we'll talk about whether you should combine both on your weight loss journey. So first, let's talk about how the keto diet and intermittent fasting work for weight loss and why they're so effective. There's actually only one way to lose weight, and that is to consume fewer calories than what your body needs. But if you're trying to cut down on your calories, you'll find that it's extremely difficult because you have to be measuring your food, you have to be tracking your calories, and you'll feel hungry continually. I mean, to lose 1 pound a week, you need a calorie deficit of at least 500 calories a day. Considering that most of us only need about 2,000 calories a day, that is a lot. And what that means that you will feel hungry and pretty miserable continually. You'll feel deprived and you'll have to rely on willpower to reach your weight loss goal. That'll be pretty hard. But fortunately, there is a better way, and that is the keto diet or intermittent fasting. The way both the keto diet and intermittent fasting work is that they'll naturally help you decrease your caloric intake by helping your body switch from using glucose to ketones for energy. When your body is functioning on ketones, you notice that your appetite decreases. And that's just one of the benefits, because you also notice that you feel more energetic, you have more focus. It is definitely a win-win situation. That metabolic switch will happen after a few days on the keto diet. Because you are restricting your carb consumption, your body will have to use some of your fat stores to produce ketones for energy as it runs out of glycogen. Similarly, when you fast, your body will run out of glycogen, but not because you're restricting your carbs, simply because you're not eating at all. Studies show that we run out of glycogen after anywhere between 10 to 16 hours of fasting. So the longer you fast, the deeper in ketosis you will get. If you're curious about measuring your ketones, whether you're on the keto diet or using intermittent fasting to reach your weight loss goal, I recommend a ketone monitor. It's very interesting to see what your body is doing and read your levels. If you want to get a ketone monitor, you can get a 15% discount with my affiliate link, and you'll find that in my blog post. Now let's get to comparing the keto diet and intermittent fasting for weight loss. We'll start with the keto diet, and really the main advantage of the keto diet to reach your weight loss goals is that you won't feel hungry. You get to eat as much as you need to eat. But gradually, as your body switches to ketones for energy, you'll notice that your appetite decreases, and so you'll be consuming fewer calories. On the keto diet, you'll be mostly consuming meat, fish, eggs, healthy fats like coconut oil, butter, ghee, avocado, olives. You'll also be consuming low-carb veggies, low-carb fruits, and nuts and seeds. In my blog post, I have a few resources that you'll find helpful, and one of them is a PDF downloadable that has a list of low-carb foods that can guide you as you plan your meals for the keto diet. I also have a 7-day meal plan that you can download, and that might be very useful as well. If you do pick the keto diet to reach your weight loss goals, you may find that it has some disadvantages, and the main one would be to have to track your foods and count your macros. On the keto diet, you have to make sure that your macro ratio is 70% fat, 5% carbs, and 25% protein. And what you may find as you plan your meals is that it's pretty difficult to find good recipes that will allow you to stay within that range. I mean, even if you search online for keto recipes, you'll discover that most of them are not actually keto recipes. They may say they're keto recipes because a meal has, let's say, only 8 grams of carbs, but then it only has 300 calories as well. Seriously, I don't recommend that you eat meals that provide only 300 calories. If you're going to be eating 3 meals a day, your meals should provide at least 600 calories. That means you need a double portion of whatever that recipe is, and that brings your carb intake to a lot more. Since 5% of your macro ratio is carb, that usually means that you have to keep your carb intake between 20 to 50 grams a day. Usually, most experts recommend that you keep it under 20 grams, particularly at first when you're just getting started and you're working on helping your body switch to ketones for energy. Fortunately, if you use my meal plan, I did stick to that. All the days in my meal plan provide around 20 grams of carbs. If you're going to go keto, the key is to keep it as simple as possible. You can come up with your own meal plan and eat the same thing every day to simplify things, or come up with a 7-day meal plan like I did and then rotate that continuously. The thing is, most of us will find the keto diet pretty difficult to maintain a long term because it is so restrictive, because you have to be tracking your macros and limit yourself to certain meals, certain foods. It can make social events more complicated. You need to plan ahead a lot better. Doesn't mean that the keto diet isn't right for you, though. You just have to consider the pros and cons and see what suits your lifestyle best. Next, let's talk about intermittent fasting and the pros and cons of intermittent fasting for weight loss. Well, definitely the main advantage of intermittent fasting is that you're not tracking your foods, you're not counting your calories. You don't have to. You just have to limit your eating window enough to allow you to get you into that fat burning mode. And then once you're in your eating window, well, you just eat whatever foods you want to eat. But the main drawback of intermittent fasting is that at first, you may find it really difficult to fast long enough to get into that fat burning mode. And not only you have to fast long enough to get into that fat burning mode, but you also have to maintain it for a couple of hours. So for most of us, that will mean fasting around 20 hours. And so at first you may find it extremely difficult. But keep in mind that your body can really adapt to almost anything. Even if you feel terrible at first during your fasting hours, remember that this too shall pass. And I know for myself, there are many changes that I have implemented throughout my life that were very, very difficult at first. And then after a couple of weeks, it was just part of my routine and it was not nearly as difficult. And that includes dietary changes that I've made. So it works the same way with intermittent fasting. For 2 or 3 weeks, it may feel horrible, but then if you stick with it, you'll find that it gets a lot easier over time. Another thing is that if you are fasting long enough to stay in optimal weight loss ketosis, so that will be about 20 hours, I don't recommend that you fast every single day. I recommend that you take 2-3 days off each week. And so you have that to look forward to. As you are fasting and finding it difficult some days, well, you can tell yourself that at least you don't have to fast every single day, and then you can enjoy all the foods and all your meals on other days. I think it's definitely a very sustainable option that will enable you to benefit from the healing powers of fasting as well. Now, the last question that I wanted to address in this video is, should you combine both the keto diet and intermittent fasting to reach your weight loss goal? Well, if you look at my meal plan, you'll see that it's keto and intermittent fasting, but it's not a long intermittent fasting window. You're not fasting for 20 hours a day, because if you are going to be restricting carbs, you don't want to be restricting calories too much. You want to limit how many stresses you are imposing on your body. And what I did in my meal plan is I made sure you had plenty of calories. And even though you are not having breakfast, you're having lots of calories in your coffee. And that is what you need to do whenever you consider if you should combine intermittent fasting and the keto diet. Well, Keep track of the stresses that you are subjecting your body. To lose weight, you need a calorie deficit. A carb restriction is another stress. Fasting is another stress on your body. And women particularly can be sensitive to dietary changes and stresses on their bodies. And so you want to be wise and pick your stresses carefully. So that's why I recommend, if you do the keto diet, if you go with carb restriction, limit your calorie restriction, limit your fasting stress on your body. So don't fast as long. And if you're not restricting carbs, well, then you can fast longer and achieve great results and stress your body less, because you're not restricting carbs and you're making sure that you're eating enough foods during your eating window to not restrict calories too much. A slow and steady weight loss is preferable. That is my guiding principle. And if you would like some more help to reach your weight loss goals and use intermittent fasting and other tools like the keto diet on a cyclical basis or modified fasting on a cyclical basis, if you are curious about how I coach women do just that, you can check out my 30-day intermittent fasting program. It's a program that I created to give you all the tools, the step-by-step approach to reach your weight loss goals. It includes video tutorials and meal plans, grocery shopping lists, checklists, journals, and even workouts. So it really includes everything you need to succeed in achieving your weight loss goals using intermittent fasting mainly. So I think that's it for this week's video. Whatever it is that you decide to reach your weight loss goal, the two main things to keep in mind is that really the keto diet and intermittent fasting work using the same mechanism. Once you understand that, you can truly take advantage of this mechanism to the fullest, and that is your metabolic switchover. And also the other thing that you need to keep in mind is to be careful choosing the stresses that you put on your body. Apart from that, you're all set. So pick your method and get started.